Okay, back up now. Okay. Hit stop and start. That might cancel the YouTube stream if you're watching on YouTube. I apologize. Yep, stream ended 15 seconds ago. Oh well. If you look on my YouTube channel, it'll be there. I don't know what happened.
Transformers movie, and it looks like, so this is the DVD cover from the 2007 Transformers movie, and it looks like we have some kind of transformy thing in there. Let me get rid of the slipcase. Oh no. Oh, is this an Optimus Prime DVD case? It certainly looks that way. So we just stretch this. This reminds me of that Walmart gift card. Oh dear, oh dear. A transforming DVD case that is barely... The movie's in here! Amazing! But it transforms into like a standee of Optimus Prime. Fortunately, I kept this in my drawer, kept it close to hand. The transforming Walmart gift card that we got a little while ago. Oh, don't talk to my son, etc. What is this with two-dimensional Optimus Prime promo items? Optimus Promo. Oh, he has feet. Look at that. Oh, baby, that is dreadful. It's at least as tall as, like, the leader class. Yeah, here we go. This is the legendary, enormous Revenge of the Fallen leader class Optimus.
Oh,
and
okay.
here is the DVD case.
there.
Almost half as much again, as tall as that. Oh, what a state. Is it time to re-review this thing? This is so good. I'll tell you something weird about this. I changed the batteries in this the other day, and the old batteries were like those green ones that Hasbro used to put in, and I got weirdly nostalgic, because I haven't seen those in ages. So, like, seeing those again, I got weirdly emotional, like, oh, I've had these batteries for 15 years. Oh. Come on. Is there anything I won't get emotional about? I am not immune to pathetic nostalgia. We know this. Oh boy, Dr. Rob, why? But thank you. I wonder if this will play. I wonder what region this is. If it's Australia.
Stream elements. King_Kyuga is now live. Streaming games and demos. Free Build Friday. SMP SSSS.DYNAZENON. Part 3. Cadmium Lion 2. I'm green now. Cadmium Lion 2. No, I'm red.
What service is everybody watching this on? Got another report that I think it wasn't on. I want to make sure I'm on. It's kind of the point of streaming is to be online.
Verdicts Scribe. Head to F5. Okay. Cadmium Lion 2. Twitch again.
Okay. Verdicts is on. Verdicts said he had to F5. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Seems I might have a bit of a spotty connection tonight. I apologize. Maybe I should ditch the watching YouTube and just listen to music or something. Or you can blow up my comments. If you guys blow up my comments, I won't watch YouTube, and that might help the bandwidth.
Cadmium Lion 2. Boom boom.
Boom boom. You mean boom boom?
Cadmium Lion 2. Glitch lit.
Fire. I meant, like, say stuff. Like, don't just... Give me something to talk about. because as you know, I can talk. Just need
Cadmium
something to
Lion
talk
2. LOL JK.
about. Yeah. Just cadmiuming. I don't know.
Cadmium Lion 2. What anime are you about ATM?
What anime am I about? Freerun. Beyond Journey's End. Speaking of which, new episode dropped today. I need to watch that. But yeah, Freerun has been my anime of choice of late. It's so good. It's just it should be cliche, but it just works. It's about a
Cadmium
immortal
Lion
elf,
2.
not immortal, but
Watching it
long-lived
now,
elf.
it's hella fire.
Yeah. Oh yes, I don't have to explain it to you. I will for anybody who tunes in later who doesn't know what Freerun is, because I want to sell Freerun, so real quick. Freerun Beyond Journey's End is an anime based on a manga or light novel, about an elf who is about 1,000 years old. She traveled with a party of heroes to defeat the demon lord. She, being 1,000 years old, she doesn't really perceive the passage of time the same way mortals do, and she didn't realize until all her companions died that she's like, oh shit, time is fleeting, I really miss them, wish I got to know them better. And so she is now training one of her traveling party successors, and going around on a quest. I don't even remember what the actual goal is. If I'm going to be honest here, that's the wrong piece. Damn it. 5. I don't remember what their end goal is. I think there's like a new resurgence of the demons or something that they're trying to ward off. I don't remember. They're on a quest.
Cadmium Lion 2.
And
Then
it's
she
just a
strives
whole-
to understand humans better and collects spells.
Yeah, basically. That's exactly it. Thank you. Like it's the plot isn't super important. It's not important, but it's not really about the plot. It's just about the journey.
Verdict's Scribe.
And you've got
Sailor
a
Zombie
really
is
solid
playing
course.
Higurashi RN. She wanted you to know is scary.
That's what I've heard about Higurashi. That tracks with what I've heard about Higurashi. I shall play it sometime.
Cadmium Lion 2. The cicadas they be a cryin'.
The cicadas, they be a crying. I ain't got any. Thankfully. Or maybe we haven't, I just haven't been outside yet, who knows. I need to touch grass. Yeah, other than Freerun, I don't really have anything else I'm super into right now. I picked up Komi Can't Communicate again, because I started it like a year or two ago, honestly. Watched like 2 episodes, and was like, this is fun, and then I didn't touch it again. So I'm just trying to pick that up again. Let me pull that off. It's not quite smooth enough.
Cadmium Lion 2. Have you seen the promo art for the newest Pretty Cure?
You mean the one that started 2 weeks ago? Yes, I have. It's Wonderful Precure is. I mean, I'm sure the kids will love it. It's not really looking to be one of my favorites. And coming off a pretty good season in Soaring Sky, Wonderful just looks kind of so-so. Precure's allowed to do that. It's allowed to have up seasons and down seasons. That's just the nature of things. And this looks to be a down season. 4G11.
Cadmium Lion 2. It looks to be on the younger end of the spectrum.
Yeah, that's definitely a fair assessment. Like I said, it's just they are toning down the violence, or possibly removing it altogether. I mean, the animals will be rampaging. There's going to be but they're not going to fight. They're going to, kind of chase and wear them down, and be all sentimental and mushy and save the animals that way. Turn them back into normal animals. And it's fine. Like I said, if they develop
Verdict
a villain
scribe.
plot,
Boo, I crave violence.
I know you do. That's why you play Doom Ultra Violence. It's just their choice for this year. If they're having action scenes, just not fight scenes, as it were. Hopefully we'll get a crossover eventually where they have to, or maybe there'll be a villain down the road where they do have to fight. It's speculated that because, they're fighting, their enemies are just ordinary animals that are
Cadmium Lion 2.
long term, but
Mother, I crave violence.
animals that are just kind of being out of control. They don't want kids to beat up their pets or anything like that, so that's possibly why they're doing this. At the same time, people were like, oh no, they're making pre-cured chocolate with Cure Wonderful on the cover, but she's a dog. What if people give dog chocolates to the dog? I'm like, come on now. Or what if they show her eating chocolate, as when she's a human? I'm like, I mean, it's kind of a valid concern, but at the same time, I feel like people are a little too paranoid. I don't know. Because obviously, don't want anybody to poison their dog. Oh, that's a nice roll. Roll.
Cadmium Lion 2. Last season they beat the hell from a pig.
Yeah, but he was a sentient pig. Sapient pig, rather, I guess. I don't know. He was a pig man. He had he's...
Cadmium Lion 2.
Just a pig.
A punk pig.
He's got the capacity of a person, I guess, would be the way to put it. So this not they haven't had animal-based enemies before, but this time they are just
Verdict scribe. Man
animals,
pig.
basically, that are being mutated, mind controlled, and I just don't think the theory is that they don't want don't want kids to do anything bad like that. They're don't want to emulate the pre-cures for once. They don't want to be responsible for animal abuse. Just a theory. A game theory. Rest in peace, Matt Pat. I know he's not dead, but... I don't know. Beat 12 and beat 9. 12. Oh, there's 9. Okay, I was like, where's 9? Can't count, apparently. Man pig.
Verdict scribe. Cure Wing was a bird boy, so why dog girl no fight? Cadmium Lion 2. That's why they made the immediate series after One Donut Man Fruit Jesus.
Sure. Kieran was a bird boy, so why dog girl no fight? Again, it's not the fact that she is a dog. I think it's the fact that their opponents are, like I said, it is just a theory. Just the fact that their opponents are animals, not the fact that Komugi is a dog.
Cadmium Lion 2. To combat one plain sugar donut diabetes.
Plain sugar. I wonder how much donut sales soared because of Wizard. If you've ever seen the videos of Wizard, the gravure videos of Wizard, they're wonderful. I'll have to pick those up.
Cadmium Lion 2. PJ Sugar.
Oh, it's a bowl of sugar. Okay. Goes like this. Did I get all the nubs? I did. Okay. I'll show Wonderful eventually. My plan right now is just, I mean, I'm not going to show all of it, but I'll show like the first 2 episodes in one of our upcoming streams. That's my plan. Tomorrow, Sunday's stream, actually it's not going to be Sunday this week. Oh, that's another thing. I'll have to figure out when I want to do that, because I'm busy this Sunday. I'm seeing Hamilton, so I'll have to figure out when I'm going to do our movie night. But anyway, we are going to watch Chodeno episode Blue and Kamen Rider ZO episode 30, which is the second part of the Blade event. And then next time, it's going to be when we watch episode Yellow of Chodeno. I was going to throw on the first episode of Wonderful Precure, just as a filler. B7, B5, D2. So we'll do that eventually. So I don't plan to show the whole series, but I'll show the premiere and the first 2.
Verdicts Scribe.
At some point.
Look at this fancy theater man watching Hamilton.
Yes, that's me. I didn't pay for it. But it's a good show, though. You should just listen to the, you don't have to watch the show. The show's good, but just listen to the music at some point. Listen to the soundtrack, and you're like, oh, I get it. That was kind of my impression. So I saw the show in 2018. I didn't really get it. I think the audio levels weren't great. I was like, I don't see what everybody's all in a fuss about with this show. Started listening to the soundtrack. I was like, oh, there's a lot going on here. Like, I'm not going to weigh in on the historical accuracy. It has helped me understand things a little bit better. I know it's not the most accurate thing in the world. A lot of liberties. But just as a hip-hop album, it's incredible. These can be internal parts. I don't think I need to sand them too much. Just make the nubs invisible. Okay, this goes this one first. That killed the chat. F to the chat. C2, E7, F3.
Cadmium Lion 2. Side note, I actually did try the plain sugar Krispy Kreme donuts and they kinda slap.
Oh, nice. I'm planning to get Krispy Kreme tomorrow, but it's going to be the usual glazed mostly. Might get a mixed dozen, I don't know.
Cadmium Lion 2. I was fixing food, chat's not dead.
Chat's not dead. God's not dead. That's right. I remember now why some builders have a nub cup. Well, I've used a nub cup before.
Verdicts scribe. We don't have many regular Krispy Kreme places around here. We mostly have Dunkin' and Maple Donuts.
You guys also have Duck Donuts. I mean, we technically have that too, but they're a bit of a commute. I need to go back there. But I haven't darkened Krispy Kreme's.
Verdicts scribe. The closest we get to Krispy Kreme is whatever they get in the gas stations. Verdicts scribe.
Not bad. I mean,
we do have Duck Donuts. Cadmium Lion 2. How did XBOI 1 hit KO that dragon?
Because he's strong. He's strong. What's his whole thing? He's much better than he realizes. What's his name? Shit. Stark. Stark is just he's stronger than he knows. That's his, his master was like, yeah, he's actually better than me. He just doesn't know it. Or something like that. I forget exactly how it went down.
Cadmium Lion 2. Strong indeed.
Strong indeed. I would watch Freerun right now, but like I said, I've gotten a couple too many copyright warnings on this channel for just watching stuff while building, so I'm going to avoid that. So let's just get me. Right, so that's why I'm now sticking to just, watching regular YouTubers and, chit-chatting. I watched Jon Stewart a couple weeks ago. There's a clip of Jon Stewart, and YouTube's like, yeah, we think you're listening to Jon Stewart. Copyright. Like, I didn't even, it was picked up by my microphone. It wasn't even picked up through the actual, I turned off the sound, the system sound, but I could still hear it through the microphone. And it's like, yeah, listen to Jon Stewart. That's a warning.
Cadmium Lion 2.
So,
other people do it with no repercussions.
I'm not other people. I don't know. YouTube has it out for me. They've always had it out for me. On my main channel, they have, I can't export over to this this account. I can't transfer my account to this username because of a copyright violation from
Cadmium Lion 2.
that has me demonetized.
Copy strikes are dumb as heck.
Yeah, they are. Like, I've been demonetized on my other channel, so I can't transfer my content over here because it's seen as cheating. And I'm like, I get maybe 10 views on my videos. I'm not making any fucking money. I just want to have stuff not under my real name, because my other YouTube account is under my real name. And I don't want, because of the Google Plus thing, and I don't want that. But all my history is on there, and so I don't want to, do everything on this account. But it's a whole thing. Okay, that goes here. Which thing goes here? And this. go through that. Oh, I see. Oh, I forgot to nip that side.
Verdicts Scribe. Sailor Zombie finally filled up the internal storage on her Steam Deck and now I have to move things onto an SD card.
Congratulations. Or I'm sorry. One of the two. I'm not really sure which. Wait, that was, oh no, it's here. There, okay.
Verdicts Scribe. Both.
Oh, talk to me about internal storage. My 10 terabytes across 3 drives of external storage.
Cadmium Lion 2. Odd flex, but okay.
Getting a replacement, an internal drive, but I also need to just 10 terabytes is not a small amount of storage, as I'm sure you realize. So it's kind of expensive. And like looking at a 10 terabyte drive, I'm like, shit. Shit. I was like, let me just go into the future and get solid state. A solid state drive of that capacity is like $500, $800. And it's like, shit. Look, I need a new computer. As well, I've been needing a new computer, if I'm being honest. Might just have to put my tax return towards that. And Backblaze hasn't been backing me up for the last month. I'm close to losing all my backed up data if my drives do fail, so that's annoying. I need a contact. I reinstalled it today. I'm going to see if that gets it to back me up again. If it doesn't, I'll be contacting support. Say, hey, I am backing up.
Cadmium Lion 2. Wait till that kind of storage is like $30.
I don't have time to wait till it's $30. That's the problem. And that's my entire tokusatsu and anime collection, including some pretty rare stuff that's hard to find these days. And some stuff I just forget that I have.
Verdicts Scribe. Apparently when the internal storage runs out of room, you can't load any games.
Like you can't load a game into memory and play it? That's weird. It's on the source? That's weird. And another tire. G12, I2, G8.
Verdicts Scribe.
That wants a sticker.
Not enough swap file cache.
Makes sense. G12, I2, G8, and it wants the sticker right there. Sticker 71. That's a little black thing. That's a little red thing. Orangish, actually. I don't have that color. I'm going to make an exception to my no stickers policy and sticker that because I ain't got that color. And it's tiny and flat. Insert boob joke here. Or dick joke. the topic of anime, like I said, I've been picking up Komi Can't Communicate again. I also, yesterday I started to watch Nier Automata version 1.1a some more. I had stopped it at some point when they went on the long hiatus, and hadn't picked it back up. I started to watch the next episode. I got halfway through it, and then I had to get off my lunch break, and then I forgot to pick it back up again. So I'm doing great. Doing great. That's how my life goes. In my daily Kamen Rider marathon, that comes and it goes. I was had a pretty good streak of watching on time for about a week, and then this week I just haven't watched a single episode, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of catching up, 2 or 3 episodes a day to get back on track. Hongo returned, and then he left again. So Ichimonji is still the only writer. That's where I left off. Hi, Spider.
Cadmium Lion 2. Is Fudo Pi going to get a second season?
I have no idea. I hope so. Speaking of which, I didn't finish the first one. Whoops. I'm doing great. Fuck, that was like 2 years ago now. Year and a half, I guess. Because I saw that when I went to Maryland.
Verdict's Scribe.
Six Flags.
God, I wish it would soon.
Watched and visited Vertex and Zombie. Or they came to visit me, I guess would be the more apt way to phrase that. Fuck. That's not gonna...
Cadmium Lion 2. It's good.
It is good. Damn, that's a very bad, obvious nub. Sand it down, damn it. That's better. Nothing like obvious nub marks on the wheels.
Verdict's Scribe. Sailor Zombie made a really good music video to W with the Psych theme song.
Oh shit, I never watched that. Share it again. I'll upload it. I probably can't watch it on stream, but I will watch it. God, I'm terrible. I'm just terrible at watching the stuff y'all send to me. I'm sorry. Okay, we're almost halfway there. That's the front and the back. You'll never guess what part of the robot this makes. Hint, it's an arm. Okay, let's make the hand bit. G2, G5, A1.
Region 4? I've no idea. I've got the... I wonder what region this is. If it's Australia, Region 4? I've no idea. I've got VLC Media Player, it's fine. Thank you, Dr. Rob, for this absurd curiosity. This is something I've never seen before. It's not good, but I appreciate that it's something new. So thank you. Imagine having this in your DVD collection, just on the rack.
Thank you, Vertex.
I'm actually delighted about that. Transformers, the film, with a transforming film. Incredible. Thank you so much, mate. Right then, without further rather a few. We have another compact package from Robert over in Winter Springs, Florida, which has visibly
Verdicts
taken a
scribe.
bit of a pounding there.
No
How
prob.
much longer we can hold out? I don't know which way to enter this from. How about here? It doesn't really matter what order we went in. Just a big glob of package. Nice and opaque. That's how we like it. Too few. Spoiler-free message. No spoilers. That's what we like. Dear Transformers Adventure Adams, well remembered. God, I did a little meet-up with some pals in the city the other day, and one of them actually gave me a little pin badge made out of the Transformers Adventure Cosmos packaging. That's my name! That's my name! It's me! Hooray! Thank you, Callum! Anyway, this is Rob from Night and Day Gaming, a YouTube channel in the style of Game Grumps. Is that like on Guitar Hero when they couldn't get the rights and they'd be like, oh, in the style of events, it's just a really bad cover version. They couldn't quite get the same kind of reverb, you know. My friend Travis and I play through video games of all genres with our own brand of insanity. I found your channel last year while searching for Transformers reviewers who don't steal products. Oh, the shade. Since then, I've had so much fun binging your content, and I sent you spoilers removed as a show of thanks. What you've accomplished is a truly humongous achievement. You bring happiness to people across the universe, and you do it with Gen in charm. You've never been about taping a stick to a horse and trying to sell it as a unicorn. Jesus, Rob, take it easy. I'd appreciate it if you could mention our channel so one day we could finally fulfill our dream of being able to afford a cheeseburger from McDonald's. I know the struggle. Go and check these guys out. It sounds fun. Take it easy. Rob, you take it easy. Oh, cheers, Rob. Best of luck with the channel, and I'm genuinely intrigued as to what this might be. Oh, okay. Oh, mate, it's a G2 Grimlock, the blue one! Whoa,
oh, shit.
That's so cool! Oh, that's so dope, I love him! I find myself saying this a lot, but I genuinely don't think I've ever seen this in person.
Cadmium Lion 2. The wife has now seen a fair amount to rider including Pykyuga Ajit Large Heavy Circle, Hibiki Kiva, Oz, Game, Exade, Sum of Saber.
Agito, Hibiki, Kiva, Oz, Gaim, X8, and Sum of Saber. That's a decent lineup. That is a decent lineup indeed. I cannot be mad at that arrangement. Oh, I was supposed to put this on first. Was I? Yeah, I was supposed to put the underpart on first. Okay, there we go. And then the blade thing on the hand. And what sticker is that? 54. That's a tiny gold number-ish thing. Yeah, I'll pull it off the sheet.
Actual G2 Grimlock. God, what a gorgeous toy. There really is nothing quite like the Diaclone. It was the Dinosaur Robo, wasn't it? There's really nothing like these moves. Split that head, split this guy. There he is. Old skinny neck. Shunt that up. There's his big red pants. And the hip moment. God, that's good. And we have accessories. That's a added treat.
Cadmium Lion 2. I will be doing Ryaki Fuzzies and Blade soonish.
So have you seen them before when she hasn't, or is this new to both of you? I regret putting that sticker in. It's all misshapen. Whatever. What's done is done. F2, G4.
Cadmium Lion 2. Oh no, I've seen all of these.
Okay. What haven't you seen? Or I guess what haven't you seen personally?
Verdicts scribe. Oz is my wife's favorite, and also X8, and she has a soft spot for Force, too.
I don't trust anybody who doesn't like Forza.
Verdicts scribe. We started with 01. Cadmium Lion 2. Saber, Ghost, Geats.
That is... Well, I've seen... Saber I got about a third through. Revice I got about a third through. Geats I got 90% through and haven't crossed the finish line. So, I'm with you there. I've seen all of Heisei, all of the series of 01, none of the extras, including the Super Job War, including like the stuff they did during the pandemic, but also the stuff that, the post-series stuff. I haven't seen any of that. What's this supposed to go? Is this right?
Cadmium Lion 2. Oh, we also watched Revis.
Whoa, whoa, just revise. This is right, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Something seems wrong here. Okay. That's what it was.
Verdicts scribe. We haven't finished Revis. We're about 3/4 through it.
Oh, you're further than I am. You're gonna see a show that I haven't seen. That's illegal. You finished. Well, I guess that's not because you've seen O's 10th and I haven't seen O's 10th. I can't believe I introduced you guys sort of to Ryder and you've seen stuff that I haven't. That ain't right. It's my own fault, but that ain't right.
Verdicts scribe. I have the memory of Hero as game and I want to stream it eventually.
Ah, fuck, I need to get that. I forgot about that thing. Fuck. I need that.
Verdicts scribe. It's not the greatest, but it does have a tight combat control.
Yeah, that's what matters. The fact that we got a Kamen Rider game, of that caliber at all, feels like nothing short of a miracle. Okay, let's put it all. Let's bring it together. That's that. That's that. Get in there. Get the fuck in there. And this is the hand. Okay. We have 1/2 of Dyna Striker. I can't even see my camera. 1/2.
Verdicts scribe. It feels like Devil May Cry meets a Muzu game, but the difficulty level is for babbies.
Babbies. Huh. How's that supposed to go? You pull the whole arm off because it's supposed to, sit in here technically like this, but they cheated it a little bit for stability. So you pull the arm off. Motherfucker. Whatever. Maybe that one doesn't come off. It looks like it's supposed to be that part, so I don't know. But we'll do it like this. And then the arm goes. I'm supposed to do something in here. know if this is supposed to come up or what. There's a joint I'm missing. Whatever. So it looks like this. There's half of Striker combined. Using like regular arms, but it mostly just does this number with the like this kind of weird twin turbine thing. So that's that. Okay, am I for time? It is 9:50. I've got 25 minutes to build the second half. Okay, let's do this.
Leader class guy. It's like this guy, there he is, old skinny neck, shunt that up, there's his big red pants, and the hip moment, god that's good. And we have accessories, that's an added treat. There we are, the old twin blaster, and the classic red sort of He-Man-y sword. God, have you seen that new Grimlock, the comic book version they're doing out of the leader class guy? It's like classic Grimlock, but slightly more blue here and there, and it's got all the swords and a crown, amazing. But yes, that is quite a thing. Thank you so much, Rob. I don't know if this is quite the original shade of blue that it was. I don't know if it's like darkened over the last 30 years. They do tend to, but this is much more of a cobalt than I expected. I kind of figured it was more of a royal blue. I may be wrong. Maybe this is how it actually looks, but it's not what I expected, and it's in spectacular nick. Rob, Eddie, hold up, I've got a mate for him. There we are. Is a nice pairing for him. Cheeky G2 slag, slug, slugug, slugug-lug. Oh, don't they look fun together? Isn't there a third one? Is it a red snarl? I don't think there was a sludge or a swoop, was there, in G2? But I'm sure there was a red snarl. And I do kind of like the badge on top of the boob shelf there, rather than clogging up the clear chest panel. That's nice sticker work there, Rob. Thank you. Was this your childhood one? I want to hear about this. But if we can, if we've got a second, I'd like to highlight the abandoned driver areas. Oh, this one's got a bloke in it. I don't know if that's an actual Diaclone guy. Kind of a snow speeder vibe.
Verdict scribe. Not sure if you can play that link Ison Cha. YouTube might yell at you for watching psych.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not going to watch it on the stream. Just I don't want to take that risk. I will definitely watch it when I can. Remind me. I don't know. Remind me midnight or so. Since I don't know. I'll watch it as soon as I'm able to. Just off camera. Just because I don't want to risk YouTube yelling at me saying, "Hey, you're watching, that's copyrighted. You're going to have to clip this out of your stream." Because I think part 1 of this build is still hidden because I haven't clipped out the bit where John Oliver was playing. I said I was going to last week and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So I need to do that.
Right, lad. And Grimlock's one there, the old abandoned sort of rider chair looking thing. These are the clues that let us know there's more going on than simply Transformers. God, Cobalt Blue Grimlock. That's so good. Just the whole vibe of these things, man. The solid plastic with the shiny gold and the see-through. And this whole chunk here, so good. So, of its time and never quite replicated. Because the figures now are objectively better, we know this. But there's just something about the early 80s vibe that can never quite be recaptured. Today's toys don't really need to. They can be what they are and allow these to have their certain mystique. Every era has its value, and we appreciate that. Check out RID getting the new HasLab. Omega Prime, good God, looks amazing. But it is so nice to have a HasLab that's not G1 or G1 adjacent. It's friggin' car robots, it's RID, it's a different thing, and it's precisely as valid, and it's gone like bananas, hasn't it? It's already funded. I'm still undecided as to whether I'm gonna do it. You know, I feel like I kind of should. good. Also, that's a lot of scratch, isn't it? Good God. Anyway, Rob, thank you so much. Please check out Night and Day with a K. Everything's with a K recently. Come on, Kerrang. And finally, inevitably, familiarly, we have a colossal box from that Brandon over in that Canada. It's every episode at this point. Thank you, mate. You're so generous to me and never predictable. So let's just bang this open and see what madness has ensued this time. Dear Theory the 14th, here we go. I write to you at the most wonderful time of the year once more. It's February. So happy for you and the wonderful adventures you've been on within the last year and a half. Thank you, me too. As I spread my goodwill at this time of the year, here are some knockoffs and some more randomness I bestow upon you. Here's to a year of maximizing proportions. I am not gonna dig into what that might mean. Sincerely, Brandon Arsenault, thank you, mate. Okay, here we go. We have the Isle of Sodor with Rise of the Beasts and Legacy characters on the go. Transmetal Megatron and Air Razor bothering Henry. Tarn fighting Percy? Okay, alright. Thanks. Anyway, oh, what's this? Is this some clothes? Whoa, cool. NHL, this is hockey, right? Oh my god, look at this! It's got my name on it! Ah, brilliant! Is that 08 as in 2 waves late? What team is that? Anybody fill me in on what team that is? Trojans or Spartans? I don't know. There's an S. I have no idea. I don't know hockey. This is really cool though. It looks like, I love the colours and it looks breathable. I don't know if it's going to fit. It looks gigantic. USA size 54. Oh, it's extra large. It will fit. Hooray! Mate, that is actually really cool. Thank you so much. That's so unexpected. A hockey jersey. That's actually really sweet. Thank you, mate. God. All right, back to the knockoffs then. We have Montoy Super Robot Max Robot. Just repeat the word robot. That is a galaxy shifter, isn't it? But slightly bigger. It's one of the exact same molds they use for galaxy shifters, which are called Tranbot 360 now. And it's exactly the same. It's one of those. Thanks. I thought I'd got rid of them. I'll never get rid of them. There's another one. Oh, we've had this exact guy. He is slightly bigger, I think. The box is bigger for sure. Okay, I mean, is this a hint? You guys want a knockoff beatdown? I am kind of working on one, so I appreciate that, actually. That's more grist for the knockoff mill. Another Montoy Vehiculo Robot Vehicle. Transform it. I'm gonna. Don't quite recognize what mold this is. It might be like a Cybertron Minicon or something. Like, we've got a lot of Movieverse vibes here. Universe 08 Megatron, I think that is. Little Ratchet there, and I think Skids or one of the Bumblebees? I've no idea. And just 2 bikes. Could it be an RC? We shall do a knockoff beatdown soonish, and we'll check it out then, yeah? Alright. You've talked me into it. Oh, and it's one of these. Brilliant. These pop up a lot in, like, Pound World and places like that. Just a miniature Bumblebee. Knockoff beatdown. So, yeah, I know. That's an official licensed product, so I don't know if that'd fit. But it is very cute, and it'll go perfectly comfortably next to my TV. There's a little Skywarp living there. Matt gave me this at TF Nation. He's living next to the monitor now, and Bumblebee can go there as well. Brilliant. What the hell? Okay. A whole ass Thomas the Tank Engine playset. Fix 'em up friends. Oh, this is the new Thomas that people are saying is woke or something, right? Oh, it doesn't look like it used to, so it must be woke. Bollocks. Come on. Pop that off. Drop off and pick up Sandy.
Thomas
Sandy
woke.
is
That's
this?
a weird.
This little blob up here. That's Sandy, is it? I don't know. I'm
talk
not
about trains
up on my Thomas the Tank Engine lore. This is a nice set, but it's very much not in my wheelhouse. Very cool, very much not my style, but very much appreciated. Thank you. Cheers, Brandon. Wonderful once again. I'm actually really buzzing about that jersey. That's really cool. I just think it's going to make me look very new metal, which is not a complaint. Right, and that's all we have today. But before we go, one final thing. Would you like some Pretenders giveaway? So I've been cooking up that Carnivac review for about like 6 or 7 years since Power of the Primes, since they did the little tiny Pretender shells with like the Prime Masters in. But the only way I could make it work for me was by focusing on Carnivac and having these guys be like peripheral to it. So it's time to move on. These were gifted to me by the wonderful Peter Mark Ballard several years ago. I want to say 2017. Grimlock is a very strange thing. Look at that booty. He's in there as well, and this is an interesting sort of artifact for Grimlock fans. Landmine is almost complete and in okay shape. He's got his hat and his sword and his gun, but he's missing his sort of pants, belt, diaper thing. But he is in there and he's in alright nick. So what we'll do is the usual kerfuffle. Could you subscribe for me, please? And could you then send us an email to newgiveaways@gmail.com saying Pretenders in the subject line and Growl in the text. Just Grohl, nothing else. Pretenders, Grohl. Get your one entry, please, in by the 25th of February before midnight GMT. Let's do it worldwide, and best of luck to everybody. Landmine and Grimlock, Pretender versions, ready to go, baby. And look at that, we did a video, hooray! So cheers for watching, thanks for bearing with me while I maintain some momentum here. I'll be back very soon with fresh vids on something that I haven't decided yet. And until then, keep it foolish. Oh, look at that, we're flying, let's go! Thank you so much to all the patrons who keep the lights on and keep this thing feasible. Big thanks this time to one of my favourite names ever, the Wettest Pool Noodle. I can't decide if that's cute or gross. Thank you, whoever that is. Check you later, gang.
Be sure to subscribe for more Theo's Awesome Transformers reviews. Limited appeal, keeping it real.
Okay, wheel. My grandfather was the wheel, the first wheel. Do you know what he transformed into? Nothing, but he did so with honor and dignity. Time for defunct land now. Too bad.
It's the early 2000s,
It
and
is?
being famous sounds like a good idea. Fame and fortune are timeless objectives, but the pop stars of the late 90s and early aughts had reached unprecedented levels of notoriety and denim. Innovations in technology, such as portable devices, the internet, and denim, were making celebrities more accessible to their fans than ever, while at the same time elevating their social status to a point that many contemporary commentators felt that the only apt comparison was idolatry. To many, these were gods, untouchable beings of talent and fame, but some believed that they had a chance at reaching this status themselves. They just needed to be discovered. Unfortunately, the only surefire way to become absurdly famous at the turn of the millennium was to have starred in the 1989 revival of the Mickey Mouse Club. If you weren't a Mouseketeer, you could
Oh, he's not wrong.
have starred.
That's Chris Evans, Justin Timberlake, Scarlett Johansson. I know some of the others who got famous. That's not Macaulay Culkin. Let's watch Macaulay Culkin. There's at least one other famous person, like big name in there. I think isn't that Christina Aguilera? I don't think so. Whatever. Oh, that's shit. It was Ken Ryan Gosling. That's who it is. Ryan Gosling, Justin Timberlake, Scarlett Johansson. I believe that's Chris Evans. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway.
In the 1989 revival of the Mickey Mouse Club. Absurdly famous at the turn of the millennium was to have starred in the 1989 revival of the Mickey Mouse Club. If you weren't a Mouseketeer, you could try forming a boy band or a girl group and pray that you were the best, the most attractive, or ideally, both. Short of these strategies, the path to stardom was less clear, but that was about to change. Throughout the 20th century, music competitions had often elevated hopeful nobodies to stardom. For instance, Frank Sinatra got his start on Major Beau's Amateur Hour, a radio talent competition. With the emergence of television, competitions such as Eurovision and Star Search would be popular among audiences and successful in finding stars. However, there were very few active singing competitions on the air by the late 90s, but a new wave was on its way. In 2000, ABC began airing a music reality competition named Making the Band, and another format, Pop Stars, began airing in the UK and the US in early 2001. Both of these shows sought to find new talent and form the next big music group. Both programs heavily integrated elements from the new reality television genre, and the winners of these programs would be immediately signed to the record label of the show's producers. In early 2001, the winners of Pop Stars UK formed the group Hearsay, which according to the Observer's relevancy test was a massive success, as they had attracted one stalker. And according to my relevancy test, all 5 members have Wikipedia pages, but only 3 have photos attached. B-. Pop Stars US formed Eden's Crush in early 2001, which launched the career of future Pussycat Dolls lead singer Nicole Scherzinger. But unfortunately, only 2 of its members have Wikipedia pages, and only Nicole has a photo. F. Making the band on ABC had formed O-Town. Of the 5 original members and 1 replacement, 2 Wikipedia pages, 1 photo. Also F. Wikipedia is not always correct when it comes to facts, but the Wikipedia Music Group Relevancy Test does not lie. In 2001, British music and television mogul Simon Fuller noticed the interest in these new programs. Fuller was best known as the manager of the Spice Girls, until he was fired by the group in 1997. Seeking other ventures, Fuller attempted to create a music competition and star-launching format of his own, which would be named Pop Idol. The show would begin airing in the UK on ITV in late 2001. Pop Idol combined multiple successful elements of other music competitions, with 3 key differences that set it apart. First, unlike Pop Stars and Making the Band, the goal of Pop Idol was to find a singular star, not form a group. Second, the show would have live episodes featuring the competitors performing. Third, and most importantly, Pop Idol would allow the audience to vote and decide its winner. Fuller hoped that the show's format would be popular enough to launch the career of the UK's next big recording star. But the show's popularity would receive a major boost from the harsh critiques of one of its judges, music executive Simon Cowell.
Well, I forgot how young he looked.
Mark yourself out of 10 on that one.
About 7 with a bit of a sore throat.
2.
Cowell became known for his honest and often cruel feedback to performers, and Pop Idol would make a celebrity out of Simon before the show's actual winner had been chosen. Pop Idol was an immediate hit and was watched by 10 million viewers a week. Over 15% of the country's population tuned into the competition. The 2 finalists instantly became charting musicians. The winner, Will Young, immediately broke the record for the fastest-selling single in British history, outperforming the Beatles in this category.
Damn.
The show's success in the UK led Fuller and Cowell to pitch a version to networks in the US, eventually convincing Fox to air a season of the competition. The show, renamed American Idol: The Search for a Superstar, began airing on June 11, 2002. American Idol would feature a panel of 3 judges. Simon Cowell would also serve on the American Idol panel, bringing the same surly energy that had made him famous on Pop Idol.
I can honestly say you are the worst singer in America.
Cowell would be joined by Randy Jackson, a bass player and music producer, and Paula Abdul, a pop star who had found success in the late 80s and early 90s. 2 hosts, Ryan Seacrest and Brian Dunkelman, would guide contestants and audiences through the competition. The first step in finding the new American Idol was an elaborate open call audition held in multiple cities throughout the country. Thousands of prospective contestants were judged by casting directors, and a select few of these singers made it in front of the 3 celebrity judges and potentially onto national television. The contestants that made it to the filmed auditions were either good enough to move forward or bad enough to make compelling TV, with a handful of singers that were just okay to make the process feel realistic. Throughout these first 2 episodes, Cowell showcased his signature smirk, shocking the contestants and his fellow judges with how far he was willing to go to shut down the hopeful singers.
Jennifer, here's a new word. That was extraordinary.
Thank you.
Extraordinarily bad. You taking singing lessons?
There was this lady up in Montana.
Do you have a lawyer?
No, I don't have a lawyer.
Get a lawyer and sue her.
I thought you were fantastic.
I didn't.
The harshness of these critiques was an immediate point of discussion around the country, as was the poor singing ability and lack of self-awareness of some of those auditioning. These humorous auditions were presented alongside contestants with true talent, many of which were immediately relatable to audiences, showcasing their singing abilities, confidence, and denim.
I like this. Is that a skirt?
The show had an obvious bias towards singers who matched the ridiculous beauty standards of the early 2000s, a bias that the program stated explicitly and justified as a necessary attribute for any potential idol.
The problem I have is that you don't look like an American Idol.
And she just sang an Aretha Franklin song.
I do not believe that if Aretha Franklin entered this competition, she would win it. Now, I don't make the rules.
Evelyn McDonald, writing for the Miami Herald, said, quote, "American Idol takes our cultural obsession with celebrities, strips it bare, abuses and humiliates it, then redresses it in its own mode and sends it smiling back at us." This was written 2 weeks after the show premiered. Evelyn, pace yourself, this show might be around for a while. Whether it was a genuine interest in vocal talent or some biological yearning for the age of public executions, audiences were hooked on American Idol from the very beginning. The program was the breakout hit of the summer of 2002, and as the competition progressed, ratings continued to climb. Of the 10,000 auditions, 121 singers were asked to come to Los Angeles for Hollywood Week, a grueling audition process in which the 3 judges narrowed the field down to just 30 contestants. After this, the true appeal of the program began. as from this point on, it would be up to the audience watching at home to decide which contestants moved on and which were eliminated. The 30 contestants were split into 3 groups of 10, with an episode dedicated to each group. 3 contestants would emerge from each pool, with an additional wildcard show allowing for 1 additional contestant to round out the top 10. From there, 2 contestants were eliminated to create a top 8, and after that, only 1 contestant was eliminated each week. Finally, on September 4th, 2002, the Season 1 finale of American Idol aired, and Kelly Clarkson was announced as the show's first winner. As with Pop Idol, the promise of the show was fulfilled, and Clarkson was immediately elevated to mainstream stardom. She signed a record deal under Simon Fuller, and soon she was a legitimate charting musician. It was completely fabricated, planned from the beginning, yet it was more authentic than most industry success stories. The show was filled with these dichotomies: the cruel mixed with the wholesome, the staged mixed with the democratic. The value or morality of the program was up for debate, but it was certainly gripping television audiences. Just 1 season in, the show was already an overwhelming success, both in terms of ratings and star creation. But the phenomenon that would be American Idol was just beginning. While thousands of Americans were dreaming of receiving a golden ticket to the real Hollywood, a fake Hollywood in the swamps of Florida was struggling with its identity. Disney MGM Studios theme park had been put into development in the mid-1980s, shortly after Michael Eisner had become CEO of Walt Disney Productions. Eisner had come to the company from Paramount Pictures, and he brought with him energy, creativity, and knowledge from a pitch he had been given by MCA in July of 1981 detailing their plans for a Universal Studios production facility, tram tour, and theme park in Central Florida. They had plans for a recreation of a Golden Age Hollywood Boulevard, a stunt show, a sound effects demonstration. They wanted him and Paramount on board. He had been shown the plans. He knew the plans. Allegedly. Less than a year after Eisner took the helm at Disney, plans were announced for a new Walt Disney World attraction, named the Disney MGM Studio Tour. Disney planned to build production facilities and sound stages for both live action and animation production. This new experience would also feature a recreation of a Golden Age Hollywood Boulevard, a stunt show, a sound effects demonstration, and more. Disney entered into a licensing agreement with MGM to use their name as well as properties from their film library. Similar licensing deals with Paramount and Sony were signed to create a more authentic and modern Hollywood attraction. In late 1986, MCA would finally greenlight the construction of Universal Studios Florida. Due to Disney MGM's similarities to Universal's original plans, MCA evolved their concept to feature more large-scale attractions resembling those found at Disney parks. Meanwhile, the Disney MGM Studios Tour was developing into the Disney MGM Studios theme park, which would now feature a tram tour to closer resemble Universal Studios in Hollywood. A key feature of both parks would be the film production facilities being built on site, but Disney MGM was relying on theirs to be the star attraction, with the signature studio tour to last 2 hours. Disney would beat Universal to the punch, with the Disney MGM Studios theme park opening on May 1st, 1989. Along with the studio tour, the park would feature a dark ride depicting scenes from famous films, as well as a stunt show themed to the Indiana Jones franchise. The park also offered several themed dining experiences, and more modest shows and demonstrations were scattered throughout the park. Just off of the Mickey Mouse-shaped hub was Superstar Television, a show in which audience participants were inserted into their favorite television programs through the use of physical sets and clever compositing. Over the course of the 25-minute show, guests would be inserted into vintage shows such as I Love Lucy and The Howdy Doody Show, and contemporary programs such as Cheers and The Golden Girls. The Disney MGM Studios theme park was an overwhelming success in terms of attendance, but it lacked the breadth of attractions that guests had come to expect from a Disney park. Disney already had plans to address this. The popular Disneyland attraction Star Tours was already under construction at the park, and a new Muppets area and attraction was on the way. However, Disney MGM had bigger problems than guest satisfaction. The park was reverse engineered. Rather than a tour being added to an operating movie studio, an operating movie studio was created so that it could be toured. Producers on the West Coast were cautiously optimistic about Orlando becoming the Hollywood of the East, but many were skeptical on Disney's dedication to operating Disney MGM as an actual studio. Less than a year into the park's life, issues had already been found in the design that made production difficult. The New York Street set was placed too close to the park's signature Catastrophe Canyon tram stop, which simulated practical film effects such as pyrotechnic explosions and a flood. Sound from this area bled into New York Street and other portions of the backlot, which rendered these filming locations, quote, virtually useless, which in turn hurt the tram tour, because now there were less productions to tour, which was ironic because the reason there were no productions was because of the tram tour. Throughout the 1990s, in almost every instance in which Disney had the choice between improving the vitality of Disney MGM as an operating movie studio and improving the quality of Disney MGM as a theme park, they almost always chose theme park. In 1994, a new expansion named Sunset Boulevard added more shops and the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror thrill ride. In 1998, Superstar Television was closed to make way for Doug Live, which opened on March 15, 1999. Doug Live was based on the television series Doug, and the show translated perfectly to stage, with no issues at all. It closed 2 years later with no planned replacement, leaving this theater space at a prime location in the park empty. In September of 2001, Disney MGM Studios unveiled the Sorcerer's Hat, a huge hat themed after the iconic cat from the Sorcerer's Apprentice segment in the 1940 film Fantasia. The Sorcerer's Hat was constructed to celebrate the 100 Years of Magic celebration at Walt Disney World, celebrating what would have been the 100th birthday of Walt Disney. Surprising to many guests, the hat would not be deconstructed after the celebration, and it would instead become an icon of the park, and a signifier of a very specific period in Disney MGM history, one that could be described as a middle period, a slump, or even a dark age. At the same time that Disney MGM Studios was entering this dark age, American Idol was entering its golden age. After the success of the show's first season, a second season of American Idol was quickly put into production, moving the program up from its summer slot to begin airing in January of 2003.
You sounded like a dog dying.
The next American Idol.
Season 1 had not only created multiple stars, but it had motivated thousands of prospective ones. The open call for auditions saw 70,000 people try out for the show, and the production had to begin renting out stadiums to handle the crowds. The show started splitting the process over multiple nights, with 3 episodes dedicated just to auditions in Season 2. The number of singers moving on to Hollywood Week was increased from 121 to 234, and this stage now featured multiple elimination rounds, resulting in 32 singers moving on to the semifinals. Other changes this season included Brian Dunkelman quitting the show, leaving Ryan Seacrest as the sole host. Another exit from the show was the foldable audition table with its Party City-esque tablecloth. This was replaced with a more sturdy and sleek-looking table that took a lot of the edge and rawness out of the production. This season also allowed viewers to send their votes in via text message, which one would think was due to young people preferring this method over calling in, but rather, it was cell carriers that were using shows such as American Idol to interest young people in SMS. The rise in texting among young Americans in this period would actually be attributed in part to American Idol pushing it.
I would have
Another
guessed that.
technology evolving alongside the show was digital media players, a landscape that was dominated by Apple's iPod and iTunes. This added an unprecedented level of freedom to the music listening experience, and the instantaneous delivery of singles and albums to audiences would be huge for Idol, which itself was already expediting the path to musical stardom. The show's supplementary media was already strong, with the Season 1 cast having embarked on a tour, recording a compilation album, and filming a television special. A spin-off show, American Juniors, sought to create stars out of a younger pool of contestants, and ended up discovering such talent as Christina DeBarge, Caitlin Tarver, and Lucy Hale. But the show made a mistake trying to form a child supergroup rather than a single star. The group, also named American Juniors, had 5 members, and only Lucy Hale has a Wikipedia page, F. American Idol's second season concluded with Ruben Studdard narrowly beating out Clay Aiken, and both would find success after the season's conclusion. The show's third season began airing in January of 2004. The season featured more hopeful contestants, more audition sites, and more episodes than the previous season. 5 episodes were now dedicated to auditions, and 2 episodes were dedicated to Hollywood Week. The nightmare that was the audition process was becoming a key part of the show's content and reputation. Long lines, packed stadiums, and the call number taped on the contestant's shirt were all iconic imagery of the full-day affair. For many, this exhausting process was part of the excitement, but it also served as a constant visualization of the improbability of not just winning the competition, but even making it to the celebrity judges' room. The show was also leaning more into the funny auditions, which would result in the most famous funny audition in the show's history, courtesy of a man named William Hung, whose performance of Ricky Martin's She Bangs would become a viral moment.
She bangs! She bangs! I'm wasted by the way she...
Thank you.
This audition was enough to elevate Hung to celebrity status within the American Idol fandom. Many critics speculated if Hung's fame as an anti-idol was due to the show's reliance on humiliation for entertainment, or if the audience's racial bias is where the humor of Hung's performance was being derived. Others took a more optimistic approach, believing Hung's confidence, positive energy, and resilience was the reason so many fans took to him. Regardless, Hung had become a star without going to Hollywood, and the existence of such a success story would motivate the public and the producers to try out more humorous auditions than they already were.
Together.
Along with a showcase of poor singing ability, the show's third season again found star power in both its winner, Fantasia Barrino, and also in its 7th place finisher, Jennifer Hudson. The same year that American Idol Season 3 aired, Simon Cowell debuted a new singing competition format in the UK named the X Factor. This program was similar to Idol, with a few rule changes that placed more control in the hands of the judges, and Cowell would get full creator credit on the new show. The X Factor's similarities to Idol enraged Simon Fuller, to the point that Fuller sued Cowell over the new program. The two settled out of court, with the reported conditions being that Cowell must stay on as judge of American Idol for 5 additional seasons, and must delay the launch of an American version of the X Factor until after this period. Season 4 of American Idol would begin airing in January of 2005, and while this season would have 1 less episode overall, there were now 6 audition episodes and 4 Hollywood Week episodes. The show's star-making power was as strong as ever, with Season 4 winner Carrie Underwood becoming a platinum recording artist within months of winning the competition. American Idol's 2006 season produced winner Taylor Hicks. Hicks would not reach the level of stardom that the show's previous winners had, but Season 5 would find a bigger star in 4th place finisher Chris Daughtry. Season 6 began airing in January of 2007, now with 8 episodes dedicated to auditions. This season started with strong viewership on par with the show's past success, and ratings gradually began to decline as the competition progressed. Many speculatted that this was due to an uninteresting pool of contestants, an overemphasis on celebrity guests, or the show's focus on the bad singers rather than the talented ones. This season also featured an unexpected run by 17-year-old Sanjaya Malakar. Sanjaya showcased his singing ability in his audition, but his performances after Hollywood Week were less than stellar. These lackluster, shaky performances became the most memorable storyline of the season, and despite the frustration of the judges, Sanjaya developed a cult following and continued to escape elimination. Ironic voting campaigns for Sanjaya began, with radio personality Howard Stern pushing his audience to vote for the singer as a joke.
Vote Sanjaya! No, I'm American! I will vote for Sanjaya!
At the same time, Sanjaya developed an authentic base of young fans who supported him for his looks and hairstyles, which he would dramatically change from week to week. Some speculated that Sanjaya was the reason that Idol was dropping in the ratings, but this was proven false, as after his elimination from the top 7, the ratings dropped even lower, suggesting Sanjaya's presence was actually helping the show. At the very least, the existence of a Sanjaya spelled danger for the competition, as it indicated that American Idol fatigue might be setting in, motivating viewers to memify the voting process just to make the show feel fresh. Despite the show's dip in ratings, this season would still find A-list talent in its winner, Jordan Sparks. Whether American Idol was a fading star or had simply experienced an off-season had yet to be determined, but the program was still one of the most popular shows on television, and a bright spot in Fox's lineup. In fact, American Idol's position in pop culture was so strong that a struggling theme park was seeking to borrow some of its star power. Throughout the early 2000s, the Walt Disney World Resort struggled to maintain the theming of some of its signature parks. Both Epcot and Disney MGM Studios were in a similar position. Both had opened with a unique concept, Epcot's being a technology showcase with World's Fair elements, and Disney MGM Studios being an operating movie studio the guests could tour. Both faced unique challenges with their conceit. Epcot could not keep up with the exponential growth of technological innovation, and the park struggled to maintain the corporate sponsorships that helped fund many of the attractions. Disney MGM Studios required the park to constantly court and work with film and television productions, hoping that they set up shop in the park and didn't mind the nearby explosions that were rigged to go off every 20 minutes. In 2001, Disney MGM filled one of its sound stages with a new show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Play It, an interactive recreation of a taping of the popular game show, complete with a Regis Philbin-type host. In 2002, the state of Georgia created a tax incentive program in an attempt to attract entertainment productions to the state, an initiative that would eventually succeed. In the following years, Atlanta would become the production hub that Orlando had once hoped to be. In 2004, with live-action productions already non-existent, Disney shut down its Florida animation studios, officially ending Disney MGM's time as a working film and television studio. While the lack of corporate sponsors for Epcot and the lack of productions for Disney MGM were huge issues, there was a bigger problem with both themes from a guest perspective. Both Epcot and Disney MGM were conceived at a time in which Walt Disney World was seeking diversity in their attractions. A vacation to Walt Disney World in the late 1980s and early 1990s would feature the thrills and fun of an amusement park, as well as edutainment experiences in subjects such as technology, culture, and entertainment production. However, over time, guest demand indicated that the theme park experience itself, with its unique presentation of storytelling and thrills, was more engaging than a wide variety of experiences. For general audiences, 2 themed thrill rides was better than 1 thrill ride and 1 edutainment demonstration. This left Disney MGM and Epcot in a predicament. With so much infrastructure and attractions dedicated to their respective concepts, both needed to pivot to meet the demands of guests without completely abandoning their original themes. The solution for both would be similar. Epcot would remain a park focused on technology and information, but new attractions would be built that presented these topics in the most thrilling and adrenaline-focused
literally finishing this piece, and that'll be it.
1999's Test Track and 2003's Mission Space were original attractions that focused on key industrial themes, transportation and space respectively, but both did so with a focus on speed and force. Disney MGM would transition from a park showcasing the behind-the-scenes of actual entertainment productions to being a park with attractions themed to the entertainment industry. 1999's Rock and Roller Coaster and 2005's
alternate hands that list on the other sheets. I'll do those another time.
Disney MGM's Hollywood theme. But both were
might do a mini stream tomorrow or something, I don't know. But this is Dyna Striker.
Disney MGM gained.
Ta-da! I'll show the combination off on my stream, I guess, or this is my stream. So this is Dyna Striker, no sticker, well, 1 sticker. Dyna Striker, Dyna Soldier, Dyna Wing. They're not a frame. Fix that. Dyna Wing go Noom. Dyna Striker go Broom. Dyna Soldier go Boom. Yeah. Alright. I'll get my picture real quick for my post. And I need to go see the movies. So thank you all very much for coming to Free Build Friday. I'll be back next week with another build stream. That's the wrong thing. Countdown. I'll be back next week with another building Dyna Diver. I might do a little stream in between, I do not know, but we're going to finish this off next week. Thank you all very much for coming out. Have a great night.